Hello there, welcome. This is Evening Star Oracle, and today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading that's going to be about what is my soul's purpose. And today what you're going to be doing is you're going to be following your intuition, and you're going to pick one of these beautiful decks here. Starting from the left to the right, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And this is going to be about what is, again, your soul's purpose. We're going to go into what lights you up, what gives you inspiration, and clarify that a little bit, and hopefully you'll walk away a little bit more inspired about where you're heading to next. All right, so without further ado, go ahead and pause the video, and then we'll jump right into the pick a card. All right, we're going to start with pile number 1. And now pile number 1, this is the cards that we have laid out for you. So here, this card is going to be talking about what your soul's purpose is. And this is going to also further discuss what it's surrounding. And then we also have up here clarification cards to further discuss like what's going on currently in your life. Or just really what experiences you've had that bounce off of your life's purpose. So first and foremost, we have this beautiful red card here. It to me it's giving root chakra energy here. In this card, I have to read what the book says. It says that the red native, from the time of the first man, every thought has been recorded within the collective consciousness. You can either draw from this source or you can consciously make a positive contribution to it. You have much wisdom within you, and it is time to share it. Red Native is calling you to begin imparting your knowledge with others. This can be in the form of talking, however, there may be many other ways to communicate. Whatever your choice, you are making a lasting contribution by raising the collective consciousness of man. So that's a very beautiful card right there. So basically this card is saying like your soul's purpose is surrounding contribution to man. You're filled with knowledge, and the life experience that you have is showing you a particular, I'm feeling like the experiences in your life are showing you how to maneuver or manifest or transmute are the words I'm hearing, beauty or the life that you so desire. You're meant to share that with others. You're meant to teach that knowledge to others through your life experience, which I think is very beautiful. Then we have here, let me just scooch this over a little bit because the smoke is getting a little crazy. We have here the magic card. And we're going to read a little bit of what this magic card says. It says, the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can believe. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So like I had said, in terms of this card here, when I was saying about your life is basically a testimony, and you're realizing that your soul's purpose is basically manifestation through the life that you have. That power of manifestation, that power of creating the life that you want is meant to be imparted to others. And I feel like you already are starting to recognize your power with that, your magic, right? I remember when I was young, I used to always believe that we were, somehow had magical powers. And I feel like you have this belief as well, that we all have this sort of magical powers that are beyond the eyes, right? It's something that you cannot see. And the truth of what life really is through the lens of our circumstances or the things that we've been through. So it's really about unveiling ourselves, unveiling the truth, right? And that's how it's also kind of correlating with this card up here, which is clarifying my messages a little bit more. So in here, this card is talking about deception, and to me it's really the unveiling or the uncovering of the eyes of the truth of situations. So your soul's purpose is meant to reveal the truth of situations reveal the truth of life itself and the magic that we all share, our own power. And this here is also talking about, you know, standing your ground. Now, the wand is fire energy to me, right? And it's really talking about, so we have fire energy, we have air energy, the mind and passion, or, you know, that which ignites us. Fire is also power, right? To me, I feel like fire is in order to give something, you're giving that energy, that power, that influence, not influence, but initiation or initiative, that energy of go, go, go. So power, in order to turn something on, there must be some sort of energetic spark that really ignites things. So really what this is about is saying that your soul's purpose is about recognizing your power, recognizing the truth of situations, and unveiling what fear and what comes up that is not true, in terms of this card here. And this card, the Judgment card, also supports that as well, where it talks about looking at where you've been and where you're going to go to. And it's also here, this is an angel, divinely guided life. It's like the angel is calling forth their warriors, their those light workers forward to be that beacon for others, you know, to be that beacon of others, to remind others of their power, and also to unveil their eyes from that which is fear. So it's very beautiful, in terms of what your soul's purpose is. And I feel like you are meant to do this. Let's see if I can find a way. Let's ask Spirit, okay, how can they embody this, Spirit? How can they further embody their soul's purpose? What must they do to embody their soul's purpose? Ooh, there's the Three of Pentacles here. I don't know if I'm too high or what, but the Three of Pentacles is talking about collaboration, discussions with others. Perhaps it means, you know, finding like-minded individuals. Ooh, the Page of Wands. And then there's the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So something's telling me here that basically you're going to find your soul's purpose at the other side of your inspiration, that which inspires you. There's Three of Pentacles here. I feel like there's going to come a point in time where you're going to be collaborating with others or speaking to others about information that incites you. And then this Page of Wands is about curiosity and before venturing forth on what they find passionate of, but there's all this excitement and wonder, right? And so Spirit is saying, you will get on path of your soul's purpose when you follow that which inspires you, when you listen and you communicate with others that are like-minded like you, perhaps finding forums that are, you know, similar to your interests, perhaps just basically putting yourself out there to receive the information is where you will find the beginnings of your path. So Spirit is saying, like, do that, and then you will start to see things that will make sense to you. So put yourself a little bit more out there, and your truth, your soul's purpose is on the other side of your inspiration. So I hope this made sense to you. If it did, this was a pretty quick reading, but if it did, please give it a thumbs up and comment below if you liked it, or if there's anything else you would want me to say or do in any of my readings. But as always, I'm very grateful to have you here, and I hope that this brought you some inspiration. All right, take care. All right, group number 2. So let's get into it. So up here we have your cards that pertain to your soul's purpose. And then we have the clarification cards, and then we'll pull some more cards in terms of how you can reach your soul's purpose. How can you get there? So this pretty card here, number 37, I'm going to read it out to you. It says, this is a powerful card of change, not physically, but mentally on the subconscious level. There's a healing of your thought processes, old patterns and ways of being. There's a large spiritual force working with you now, helping to rebalance the mental body. You are finding greater clarity and new ways of dealing with life experiences. Your inner work has brought you here. You are in the flow of healing. This is a powerful step toward becoming and outwardly expressing your true state of being. So this card is very interesting. So it's basically talking about how you're going through a healing stage. So your soul's purpose at this present point in time is to heal, is to unravel old ways of thinking, old ways of being, and to change into something else, which is really interesting here because we have two cards that pertain to transitioning and changing and alchemizing, which is very interesting. So perhaps there were recent situations or things that were not serving you. Perhaps you have negative thought patterns that are affecting you from seeing the beauty in life. Perhaps there was situations that occurred as well. But let's read further to see some more about, your soul's purpose. So here we have alchemy, beautiful, beautiful yellow, orange. As we got the same colors here, look at that beauty. So this card says, the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we hold inside. Each of one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. So basically your soul's purpose is meant to transmute. It's meant to transform. It's meant to take, basically, I feel like there's like a whole slew of learning of things that were not benefiting you and undoing them so you can create that which you want. It's very similar to deck number 1. If you also resonated with deck number 1, this also supports it in truth of, you are meant to be an alchemist. You're meant to transmute that which does not serve you. And recognizing that power is important on your soul's journey. And you're doing that from starting with the bite-sized mental, starting from your mental, what does not work in your mental, and how can you transform that for the best of you. We have here transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. So perhaps maybe you're in the middle of a transition or you're going through something, or maybe something is beckoning you to make a change and transition from that which does not serve you, perhaps a set of circumstances. But it seems that your soul is meant to, your soul is meant to learn in this life how to transition through a set of circumstances, a set of experiences to an outcome that is most favorable. And I feel like it's more mental energy than it is fire, passion energy, like in deck number 1. But this is more mental. I really do feel like it's more about logic and using your logic and twisting things, not even twisting things, finding the truth of situations from a way that's beneficial for you. I don't know how else to say that. But we have the Knight of Swords that talks about this is air, and then earth. So this is telling me that perhaps there's an impulsivity in terms of the way that your mind runs, and your soul is possibly learning how to navigate the personality traits or the way that your mind works in terms of a constant, perhaps overthinking. I feel fears. You know, there is the desire to, of course, accomplish things, but it feels like it's to the detriment of yourself. So this card is talking about, I feel like it's about slowing down, intentionality. Perhaps your soul's learning about intentionality, making your thoughts be more focalized and for a specific purpose that is meant for your growth. So I feel like your soul's journey is meant to learn how to get to that point from this point of constant, thinking energy, and how to focalize it into a way that can create this Queen of Pentacles here, which she is, accomplished. She stands on top of things. She has grown. She's a motherly figure, don't have to be, but someone who's created a life for themselves that they intentionally created, and planted the seeds necessary. The Queen of Pentacles is similar to the Empress here. I feel like she's kind of like the next step before the Empress. But in terms of that, there's also the healing aspect of the Ten of Swords here, which is, to me, is just thought patterns that are not specifically conducive to growth or towards the betterment or health of you. So there is something that is occurring or has been occurring, is that you're going to, I feel like towards the end of your life, you're going to be like this Queen of Pentacles here, who has shifted from being this over analytical, overthinking individual who, just constantly thinks, to someone who's learned how to focalize their thought processes into a way that they can alchemize and create what they want. And also there's this healing energy here. Maybe there's, like I said, there's an ending. You're going through a transition here. Perhaps a different set of circumstances or events are about to unfold, and you're being required on your soul's journey at this point in time to recognize your power of alchemy. Recognize your power of how to create that which you desire. And again, this card was talking about change, right? This 37 card. Yeah, it's a powerful card of change. You are meant to be changing on a super subatomic level. Like that which you were yesterday is definitely not going to be who you are tomorrow. So something is beckoning you to change, right? And you feel that. I feel on a soul level, like instinctively. It's like, I feel like I'm meant for more, but my mind's always running. I'm always hit with all of these ideas, but I don't know how to do that. And I'm trying to change into this person that I so love and want to be. And so you do that. Let's ask the Spirit, how can this individual complete this soul's journey? What this soul's purpose at this time? How can they complete this? Ooh, the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, excuse me. Okay, how can they achieve their goals on this soul's journey? Oh, wow. And we're going to pull back one more card here. Oh, wow. The Queen of Wands. Now, 2 queens came out. 3 queens at the bottom of the deck. Something Spirit is saying, like, you're about to transition into that queendom, okay? You're about to be transitioning into something you've never experienced before, because we have the King of Cups here. So Spirit is saying, in order for you to really get on track with your soul's journey, there's something that's requiring you to handle things from an equilibrium state. You're being required to handle things neutrally, emotionally, and to also look at things from the standpoint of self-care, to look at the fact that however you choose to transition your thoughts or change your thoughts in a way that's more conducive and positive for you, like I said, this Nine of Pentacles supports that, because you're trying to now pivot all these ideas you have, all this, before you're being impulsive. Now you're kind of like, it hasn't been doing the best for me. It hasn't been working out the best for me. So now I'm going to pivot my thoughts with intention. And it's going to be focused on my self-care and how I can love myself. Because this Queen of Wands here, she loves herself, okay? This Queen of Wands has courage. She has independence, similar to this Nine of Pentacles here. She's determined to be this Queen of Pentacles, because you see directly here, determination to be this Queen of Pentacles, successful, stable, has foundations, She wants to be on top of the world. But in order to do that, in order to really harness her soul's journey, she has to take care of herself and to really look at things from the standpoint of self-care and love, self-love. So whatever this transition is to take care of yourself, because you see how it's also on top of each other. These cards be falling out on top of these places without any sort of, I'm not too used to, you see it myself. I, pick a card and then it came out and it fell where it needed to. So this is telling me that there's a transition that's going on in your life that is requiring you to take that self-care and to find, a way to embrace your independence and to not be so hard on yourself, to handle things from a very balanced nature. You don't want to be too forceful with situations or too overthinking, because then you'll trip yourself up and you won't succeed and you won't create the things that you want. You got to attack things with intention, and then you will see the fruit of your work and the rewards, So it's really about your soul's purpose is about change. You're about to change into this Queen of Wands, into this Queen of Pentacles, into this Queen of Swords. That's someone who's very logical, very balanced, and very determined to create that life that she wants amidst all the changes that are going on. And you have to do that by recognizing your ability to alchemize that which logically you have in your hands. You are logically very sound. You have a good head on your shoulders. You're able to think about things very logically. I feel like you're possibly analytical, whatever it is. Perhaps it's a career ideas. Perhaps it's, I feel like it's career centered. And also maybe some sort of family life centered a little bit, where things had to shift or change. But like, you're on that course of success. And that will happen when you start to be more intentional about the ideas that you have. And don't be so rushed. All right. So that's really all I have for you. These are all the messages that I have for you at this point in time. And if this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and comment below if there was anything you liked or didn't like, and let me know. If anything else, that's about it. And I'm really grateful that you came here today to see this reading. I wish you all the best. Bye-bye. Deck number 3. Let's get right into it. So we have up here is talking about your soul's mission. And then we have over here some clarifying cards to support your soul's purpose. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull some cards to discuss how you can achieve your soul's purpose in today's, this is going to be the present moment. So what your soul's current mission is, okay? So first and foremost, we're going to start with this card here. Now this is a cute card. I like how it's the graphics are. So this card says treasures. What was once hidden from view can now be seen. Laying within you are many inner treasures and gifts. This is your time of discovery. You have special and unique skills that you have hidden like pearls in a shell. It is happening now. Stay grounded and clear. The spiral in the card shows that the universal energies are working with you to help uncover what lies within. Understand, however, that once fully uncovered, you will be asked to use these gifts in service to others and the planet. So currently your soul's mission is discovery. You're like, it's like your soul is like, okay, now it's time to go play. Like, you know, when you do, what's it called? You hide the eggs on Easter. So you go, okay, let's go find the Easter eggs on Easter's day, Easter day, and let's go find it, right? So it's kind of like now you're on that discovery of your gifts. So that's telling in terms of what it is that, what it is that is so special about you. And it's fun to discover those things. Now we have card 38. This is a nice one. Ooh, this is called Intuitive Arts Guide. There are many forms of intuitive work being done on the planet today. Using your intuitive gifts has a large role in the work you are really here to do. There are many tasks that are undertaken which actually involve the intuitive process. Whether you paint, write, music, design, raise children, waitress, or give psychic readings, you're operating from an intuitive source. And this guide is here to help you see that your role is important. The work you do is needed. You are in service and your intuitive knowledge is strong. You are helping others to acknowledge and accept their own intuition. Very interesting. So maybe you are here. Maybe you're actually thinking like, hey, there are some interesting intuitive things that have been going on. Or I really am interested in opening up my intuitive gifts. Maybe you already know what your gifts are, but you want to dive deeper into it and you don't know how to do it. Maybe that is what is really going on at this point in time with your soul's journey. So it seems like now you know about yourself, but you want to know more. And it's like like I said, you're on an Easter egg hunt and you want to know more. You want to expand that. We even have the Two of Wands, which talks about expansion. We even have this card, which talks about helping others, give and take, right? Generosity. And then we have here the Ace of Swords, clarity. So you're definitely trying to figure out and get some clarity in terms of what it is you're here to do. And then we have Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Oh, how beautiful. So this card's telling me one of two things. One, maybe when you go out to Mother Earth and you sink your feet in the ground, and you meditate for a few days, you give yourself some time connecting with God, with Earth, your answers will come that way. There's also another in terms of the interconnectedness of all things, right? There's beauty within that. And maybe you have to teach that to others in some way or some form, right? Yes, I also feel like there's teaching, there's education, there's psychic readings, intuitive readings, advising of others, empathy, therapy, holistic. These are all the words that are coming to me in terms of this reading here, in terms of where your soul's journey is trying to lead you towards. And there's something that's trying to be funneled. You're trying to, I feel like there's like a funneling, right? Because here was talking about seeking your gifts, and then this card's talking about there are particular avenues in which you're really good at, right? So it's like Spirit is saying, like, there's something that is with whatever you got, whatever it is that you're really good at. It could be with writing music, with painting, with singing, with talking, communicating with others, with you're really good at introspection and receiving information, channeling information. Perhaps you're really good at that. And Spirit is saying work with that focal point and then it'll expand you, right? So just take one focal point that you're really good at and then work with it, perhaps publicize it, like put it out there. And then when that happens and you tweak it and you make it into your own, then like expand, because then everything will be making sense. Everything's interconnected, right? So let's go ahead and pull some cards. How can this individual, manifest their soul's journey? Yes, the Hanged Man, looking at things with new pairs of eyes, or sacrificing old ways of thinking. Look at that. That talks about wishful thinking or choices or ideas. We'll pull open one more for this. Moving forward, resisting or letting go of baggage. And then we have at the bottom of the deck here, the Four of Pentacles. Spirit is saying release the resistance. Release the resistance to receiving the information or the opportunities and the possibilities that are trying to come your way. Because there is something, like this is moving away from something to somewhere better, right? So perhaps you're like leaving something behind to go towards something that is more for you. And that's the same with the way that you're thinking, because perhaps what Spirit is saying is like you need to like let go of how you were thinking before. There's a resistance here. And so Spirit is saying like this path that you're trying to go on does not have resistance in it. So you need to let that go. Resistance creates blockages to the opportunities and the possibilities that could line up for you. So if you're choosing to, let's say you're very great at writing, writing stories, right? Write those stories and publicize them, right? Don't be like, okay, well, I'm great at this, but nothing, stop the mind, stop the mind and open the mind, okay? Open the mind to things that are not going to be filled with resistance. And by resistance, I mean, if you're telling yourself, if you're saying, but this, like if everything that you say is going to come with a but after or a wall, no, that's resistance. Okay. If it doesn't feel flowing, it's not going. Okay. If it's not flowing, it's not going. So Spirit is saying you will find your soul's journey at the end of that resistance. You will be able to put yourself into situations. This kind of correlates also with deck number 1. You'll be able to put yourself into situations that are going to make sense for you because you have let go of resistance. So it kind of seems like this path, I don't know, it's kind of like 3-1-2. It's like this whole, like the 1, 2, 3, if you resonated with all of them, these, I wouldn't be surprised, okay? Because these all kind of go hand in hand with one another. Because you can't really achieve that which you want when you have resistance, okay? So what's being required in order for you to enter that space is to pause and surrender and let go, release. Okay, release. Like that is really what's happening here. What else is it saying here? This is also, so like, see how it says releasing the baggage. You will then be open to opportunities, and then you'll be able to make the decisions that will progress you towards what you want. I was just saying in my other card decks, these cards are lying here without any intention on my part. They are just flying and folding and flailing, laying out where they are meant to be. Everything is interconnected, right? And this Gaia card is also evidence of that. So you are meant to help others. That's your soul's journey. and you will receive that clarity on the other end of releasing baggage, right? Releasing that which doesn't serve you. We have releasing baggage, release that the past, looking at things from a new perspective, change of perspective, enlightenment, to receiving clarity as to where you're heading and where your gifts lie. You will find where your gifts lie and where you're meant to head at the end of releasing the resistance. And you release the resistance when you stop standing in your way and saying, but nothing. Just do one thing. Just do one thing and then go with that. I also get the feeling like it coordinates with tech number 2 is that you also think about things quite often. You think about, okay, what's the next thing I could do? I could do this, but what this. No, just do it. If it resonates with you, just do it. If it's something that interests you, just do it. And you can do one thing at a time. Of course, you can't do all 100 things at a time. Maybe if that's the way that your mind runs. But if you do at least one thing, then you can build upon it. And then you'll be able to really figure out and know that you have a niche without even doing it. The niche is your own because you created it your own. You started from one thing to another thing and then to another thing because you chose to create that. And then before you know it, by the end of your life, you're so multifaceted. You accomplished everything in your life that you ever thought that you did because you chose to let go of resistance and you chose to attack one thing after another thing. And that is definitely what deck number 2 is talking about, and it's also what deck number 1 talks about. So if you resonated with this, you should go back and look at deck number 1 and deck number 2. So, without further ado, this is all I have. This is all I have for you, deck number 3. If you like this, please give this a thumbs up and comment below of what you liked or what you didn't like because your feedback matters to me. And without anything else, I'm very grateful that you're here. All right, take care. Bye.